Welcome back to our true crime series. Today we're diving into the tragic case of Alianna DeFreeze, a young girl whose life was brutally taken, and the disturbing details surrounding her killer, Christopher Whitaker. This case shocked the community and underscored the importance of vigilance and safety. Join us as we uncover the chilling events that transpired. Alianna DeFreeze was a 14-year-old girl from Cleveland, Ohio, with a radiant personality and a passion for art. She was known for her kindness and infectious smile, touching the lives of everyone around her. On January 26, 2017, Alianna left her home for school like any other day, but she never arrived. Her sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. Alianna's family, deeply worried about her well-being, immediately reported her missing to law enforcement. The uncertainty surrounding her disappearance cast a shadow over Cleveland, leaving neighbors and classmates reeling from the unsettling reality that a beloved young girl could vanish without a trace. Alianna's family launched a relentless campaign to find her, plastering missing person flyers across the city and utilizing social media to spread the word. The community rallied behind them, organizing search parties and candlelight vigils, united in their determination to bring Alianna home safely. Cleveland police sprang into action, launching an extensive investigation into Alianna's disappearance. Detectives and officers worked tirelessly, conducting interviews with witnesses, reviewing hours of surveillance footage from nearby cameras, and canvassing the neighborhood for any potential leads. The urgency to find Alianna intensified with each passing hour. Detectives meticulously pieced together Alianna's last known whereabouts. They retraced her route to school, examining bus routes, traffic patterns, and locations she might have visited. Tips poured in from concerned citizens, leading the investigation in various directions. Tragically, Alianna's fate was far worse than anyone could have imagined. Christopher Whitaker, a known sex offender with a history of violence, lurked in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity. On that fateful day of January 26, 2017, he spotted Alianna DeFreeze walking to school, her innocent demeanor masking the danger that lay ahead. Whitaker, driven by his dark impulses, approached Alianna and coerced her into his vehicle. He then whisked her away to an abandoned home, a place void of hope, where he subjected her to unimaginable horrors. Inside those desolate walls, Alianna's screams echoed unheard as Whitaker brutally assaulted, raped, and tortured her. The details of Alianna's ordeal are chilling and heartbreaking. Whitaker's sadistic actions underscored the vulnerability of young individuals and the grave dangers posed by predators like him. Alianna's spirit was shattered in those harrowing moments, robbed of the chance to live a full and promising life. Christopher Whitaker was identified as the prime suspect in Alianna's disappearance and murder. Law enforcement conducted an exhaustive manhunt, following leads and combing through evidence to track down Whitaker. Their efforts paid off when they located him in a neighboring state, attempting to evade capture.
Christopher Whitaker has remained silent during his trial, but was anything but during a 3-hour interrogation with detectives after his arrest.
I don't remember what I did. I just remember when I came through that it had happened, and I'm just disgusted right now.
The 45-year-old on trial for kidnapping, rape, and murder first denied knowing Alianna DeFreeze and being near the gruesome crime scene.
Are you familiar with the girl that went missing?
I do not know anything.
You don't know her?
The 14-year-old was abducted while walking to school in January of last year. Her body found in a vacant house on Fuller Avenue. Investigators say DNA linked Whitaker to the crime.
If I was to tell you that we found your DNA inside the house in the upstairs, would that surprise you?
Probably through the kitchen, maybe.
As detectives presented more evidence, Whitaker kept changing his story before ultimately confessing.
What did you do is what I'm asking, Chris.
I turned around and it's like I punched her, but then it's like after that, it's like a blur. It's like I almost blacked out or something.
Whitaker claiming he was high on crack cocaine at the time. Prosecutors say he used tools to inflict the fatal wounds.
People are gonna look at me like a monster. I'm not a monster. I'm just an addict that made a mistake. Shouldn't have happened.
Whitaker telling detectives he did not want to see his face on the news.
The world is gonna hate me now.
He now faces the death penalty if convicted.
She never had a chance to grow up, never had a chance to experience anything.
In court, Christopher Whitaker faced a series of charges, including aggravated murder, rape, and kidnapping. The trial exposed the horrific details of Alianna's final moments and the impact of her senseless death on her loved ones. Whitaker was convicted on all charges and sentenced to death. The verdict brought a measure of closure to Alianna's family and served as a stark reminder of the importance of protecting our children from predators.
In making its determination, the court has considered the aggravating circumstances found by the jury beyond a reasonable doubt involving the aggravated murder of A.D. The court has not considered the aggravated murder as an aggravating circumstance. The court's analysis considered the evidence, the nature, and the circumstances of the offense, the history, character, and background of Mr. Whitaker, as well as any statutory and non-statutory factors that were presented. The court found nothing mitigating in the nature and the circumstances of the aggravated murder. Being all of the appropriate evidence, the mitigating factors, and all statutory and non-statutory factors, it is the decision of the court that the aggravating circumstances involving the aggravated murder of A.D. outweigh the mitigating factors beyond a reasonable doubt. In fact, the mitigating factors presented pale in comparison to the epic barbarity associated with the three proven aggravating circumstances. Therefore, the court imposes a sentence of death upon Mr. Whitaker as to count 4 of the indictment.